This is from an old blog post. The narrative I'm about to give didn't actually take place as it's described. Every single example in here is real, seen, witnessed by my own eyeballs and my own ears. It just didn't take place in a single meeting conversation. This all took place when I was assisting behind the scenes of other people's training courses. And it shows really the kind of mindset of the inner circle of certain alphabet therapies. All right, let's begin. Theo trained in 1988. He has more status than Bill, because he only trained last year, because Theo was there back in the early days and has been in the game a lot longer than Bill. But Bill is more up to date than Theo and isn't stuck at the same level of someone else's development. Bill is newer, hip and more up to date. So he actually has more status than Theo. Sally once had a one-to-one on stage with her celebrity trainer, so she has more status than anybody. She was anointed personally, and with that no one disagrees. Michael has only attended a 2-day diploma course with a trainer that no one else has ever heard of, so he isn't very important at all. But he hopes to save up the money and someday attend the practitioner course. But for now he thinks the course is a bit too expensive. Theo asks him how much the course is actually worth to him and tries to investigate Michael's limiting beliefs about money by asking some empowering questions. Michael tries to duck this interrogation and is quickly diagnosed as a mismatcher who deliberately avoids rapport. Sally suggests that Michael comes and does the training with her own personal celebrity trainer, as the course is a bit cheaper. But Theo tells her that this particular trainer isn't actually authentic. He's in the wrong lineage, and besides, Theo's own personal celebrity trainer had a bust-up with that guy, and this allegedly non-authentic trainer, so we shouldn't really like him at all, not at all. Now, Andrew says he's read a few books on the subject and has tried a few techniques out on his friends with mixed success. Everyone agrees that he is a pitiable fool who should attend a live training or he will be damned for his ignorance. These are powerful techniques, you see, and live trainings are the only way to learn them. Live trainings are the name of the game in this business. No other substitute will do. The others all nod knowingly. Claire plays her trump card and says she's done her master's course. Not a postgraduate degree, of course, just an essential few days live training. But she gets demoted as soon as Barry announces that he did the same master's twice. Once with two trainers from opposing camps, once each with two trainers from opposing camps, in order to get a balanced view, apparently. Now, John, Paul and Luke all eye each other suspiciously. Each are certified trainers of the subject matter at hand, whilst apparently on the same side and part of the same lineage. But there's still actually competition to each other nonetheless. Each of them smiles as they inflate the stories of their own personal and business successes in order to intimidate the others, whilst the novices listen in passive and all-believing awe. Peter attended the practitioner, and then he did his masters, and then the trainers in rapid succession. He hopes to quit his day job and teach people just like Michael, but Michael is nowhere to be found. He's too busy in the other room, having a positive belief anchored to his upper arm by Theo. Theo hopes to cure him of all that mismatching too. Luke is an assistant to some celebrity trainers and has been for years. He cryptically only ever uses their first names when talking about them. He's on first name terms and makes sure everyone else knows this. Rachel went on a course where she learned to read minds like Derren Brown. By looking at their eyes, apparently. John protests that Derren Brown does nothing of the sort, but everyone ignores him. Rachel quietly tells Luke that she's seen the pictures that John makes in his imagination, and that those pictures are obscene and indecent and sexual and just wrong. Luke starts to avoid Rachel after that. Soon after, Rachel tells something similar about Luke's mental pictures to Claire. Claire smiles and nods enthusiastically, and says that she hopes to do that training course too one day. Kathy fondles her crystals. They have a powerful energy, and with that everyone agrees. Sally tells everyone that she has to be careful when she enters crystal shops, because she's unusually sensitive and sometimes is overcome by conflicting energies. She has to see her Reiki therapist to get herself rebalanced. Nick has some purifying tea bags that were sold to him by his own celebrity trainer. He says, "You put them in your water and they purify it." This is what he explains to the others, and he hands out some leaflets to explain further. The leaflets also explain how they can all be MLM franchisees for this particular product. Everyone starts to avoid Nick after that. Charles arrives and is demonstrably quite angry. A few of the others start chanting, "State control, state control." He ignores them and rants about how some idiot workshop attendee has just asked him that if this technology is so good, then why is Charles so noticeably overweight? The chanting quickly stops, and the others cautiously delay replying and responding to Charles's outburst, as the appropriate party line is currently unclear. Don't they understand about personal choice, says Luke, breaking the tension. Ah yeah, personal choice. Everyone is relieved, and the conversation quickly moves on to how stupid some of the workshop attendees are these days. At this point, everyone agrees. Workshop attendees are definitely pretty dumb these days. They don't even know how to swish properly, says Matthew. One guy even thought it was called the switch pattern. The whole group laughs at this as a couple nod sagely. The nodding couple make a mental note to stop calling it the switch pattern as well. Somebody asks, "What's happened to Catherine?" There's a pause. A few glances get exchanged. "Oh, we don't talk about Catherine anymore." Richard says, breaking the tension that reared up again. "Why not?" asks Paul. "Why not indeed?" "Well, because it's dangerous to do so," explains Theo. "She's persona non grata. The trainer stopped liking her sometime last year, so we don't talk about her anymore." Every single example I saw firsthand. If you have any examples from Front Row Brigade, I've got another one on those I'll do later, or the kind of weirdness, the things that everyone says on these training courses, stick them in the comment section. I'd love to see some other examples.
This is